Terror versus horror. The same thing, right?
Wrong!
Horror is a reaction. We see something terrible, we're repulsed, distressed, horrified. Terror is anticipation, that feeling of dread that something horrifying might happen. Terrorists do horrifying things, but they count on people being scared of what they may do next. Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House has been the subject of multiple adaptations. Recently, a creepy Netflix series, and 2 motion pictures, a 1963 British horror movie that relied on subtle, psychological methods to terrify audiences, and a 1999 American movie that didn't. This is not a remake of the British movie, they didn't have the rights, so they went back to the novel. In a way, this is The Haunting. Lily Taylor is Eleanor, but we'll call her Nell because it was less typing. She spent the last 11 years caring for her sick mother, staying isolated from the rest of the world.
What have I been dealing with for the past 11 years? I've cooked, I've cleaned,
When Mom died, she left the house to her bitch sister Jane, played by Virginia Madsen. I think she's here for some horror cred since she vanishes after the first 3 minutes of movie. Anyway, they're going to sell off the house and kick Nell out onto the street.
Do you understand that I have nowhere to go?
Lou and I are very busy, and we could use someone to help us with the cleaning and the cooking.
Oh, how kind of you. Do the world a favor and say Candyman in front of a mirror 5 times. No reason.
Looking after Richie?
Eleanor, help me. I gotta pee.
No thanks. He was shaken a lot, wasn't he? Ah, the stick Mother used for self-gratification. This may be what killed her. Well, may as well loot what you can. Someone give me a reason not to hawk this. Contemplating homelessness, opportunity calls. She's directed to participate in a sleep study by these people, led by Dr. David Marrow, played by Liam Neeson.
What is fear anyway? It's a series of automatic responses to a given stimulus, characterized by increased heart rate, respiratory activity, and
in some case, boners. Look it up.
You're bringing your insomniacs to this house under false pretenses.
Are you trying to get us sued? The doctor obviously wins the argument, and the movie can proceed. Nell is on her way to Hill House, where the study is being conducted. It's definitely spooky, but hey, free room and board. I'm expecting Bruce Wayne, but we get Bruce Dern.
I'm Mr. Dudley, the caretaker.
This isn't setting off any red flags at all.
Why do you need so many chains?
Me and the missus like to run around naked on the front lawn. Everyone wants a mansion until they have to vacuum it. What would this place look like without caretakers? No, don't just go in. If you see a lion with his mouth open, you don't peek down his throat.
Oh my...
Nell finally meets Mrs. Dudley, played by Marion Seldes. Dig those mutton chops. Get a haircut, hippie.
You're going to be the first visitors that Hill House has had since Mr. Crane died.
This'll do. Whatever. It's kinda nice. Already planning which towels to steal on the way out. Be careful, we haven't changed the sheets since 1892. They filmed this in Neverland Ranch? This looks like the result of a tragic hunting accident.
No one lives any nearer than town. No one will come any nearer than that in the night, in the dark.
Stupid, I laid it on too thick. The others start arriving. Boot enthusiast Theo, played by Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Like your boots. You do? Aren't they great?
She gets a routine too.
No one lives any nearer than town.
No one will come any nearer than that.
You're stepping on my lines.
In the night.
In the dark. So, what about you? Husbands? Girlfriends?
No, but I'm up for experimenting.
You don't get this from the Martha Stewart catalog.
The children, they're reaching for heaven, but their souls are trapped in purgatory. All ye who stand before these doors shall be judged.
I open a door and I see giant gears start turning. I back away before I wind up chained to a toilet. Oh my god, I was joking, but this is Neverland Ranch. Imagine being hungover. That would explain all the buckets and mops right outside. Time to meet the next contestant, Luke, played by Owen Wilson. He will be our comedy relief and voice of the audience.
Hey, Theo.
Let's get it out of our systems now. Everyone, all together. 1, 2, 3. Wow! Don't you feel better? The guy running the show finally arrives. Hey, did you get the dark speech too? Is there something on your nose? No, it's all me, baby.
What's the deal with the Addams family mansion? Because
It was a bargain on Airbnb. Dr. Morrow tells the story of the house. A ghost story, really.
Once upon a time, there was a king who built a castle.
Rich guy Hugh Crane built this house because he loved kids. Textile mills gave him money to afford this tasteful decor.
They all died at birth.
His wife had multiple stillbirths and eventually died, turning Crane into a hermit. So he built this huge house. For kids.
But sometimes at night, they could hear sounds coming from the old house. Sounds of children.
I think there's more to that story. It's all around us.
In the ceiling. It's in the walls.
It's in the sweat dripping down my Looks like we have a good-sized group. Safety in numbers, right? Well, 2 down.
I'm a hacker. I'm hacking your files and stuff.
No, you're not.
So,
I have Atlas VPN.
it won't keep me from stealing your identity and leasing a Tesla.
Not with my credit rating. And not with Atlas VPN, which uses military-grade encryption to keep me anonymous and keeps hackers like you away from my personal information.
The government is spying on you.
No, they're not. Not with Atlas VPN.
What about the ghosts from Pulse?
Keeps them out too.
Now I'll have to go back to stripping.
We've all been stuck at home lately. A lot. So the internet is vital for entertainment, banking, and shopping. If you can't get to the theater, you can still stream from many platforms online. Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu. Securely stream your favorite movies in 4K.
We keep getting blocked. We're over Canada right now. Don't make us destroy your planet. We just want to watch Big Mouth.
If you can't access content in your region, Atlas VPN offers a wide selection of server locations worldwide, granting access to region-blocked content.
Show us immediately.
Link in the description.
Some green guy is trying to steal my identity. Not with your credit reading.
It's time to switch to Atlas VPN. Despite losing his assistants, the good doctor continues his study by gossiping to Luke in confidence.
Luke, there's something about the house, about Hugh Crane, that I didn't say.
Okay, you guys want to hear something really scary?
Confidence means nothing, apparently.
Well, Renee, the town beauty, she didn't just die, she killed herself.
Really?
You have a house full of insomniacs, and even the normal guy can't sleep. Luke walks down the old Popcat hallway, and the ladies have a slumber party. What are you doing, stepsister? By the way, I don't believe the throat cancer thing. He needs a quieter hobby. Gee, I wonder why I can't sleep. Okay, that's creepy as hell. It's probably just a pile of laundry in a chair. You got peanut butter in my insomnia. You got insomnia in my peanut butter.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you just don't jump out.
You alright, man? You need your inhaler? Sounds like Mom and Dad are wrestling again.
Where's it coming from?
It's everywhere.
Look, we're smoking.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Boo.
Boo-hoo!
Don't cry. We agreed. No knock knock jokes.
Ugh, I think we'd rather have the ghost.
You really didn't hear anything?
No, I was sleeping like a baby. Sorry to rub it in. So far, the most supernatural thing I see here is their heating bill. So let's try this again, this time with smaller, gentler ghosts. Or her Dutch oven is taking human form. They say to this day, they're still trying to clean those sheets. Hits differently, doesn't it?
These carvings are really creepy.
Hey, somebody worked hard on those. Some see a fireplace. I see Cookie Monster. Anyone else?
Now I'm gonna shut this door and give you a little privacy.
Nell starts seeing weird shit. No witnesses and nobody believes her. But they do find the big fireplace is a death trap.
God! God, are you alright?
But that's not even the main event. Someone just Banksy'd the big painting. This is a weirdly divisive moment.
Is this one of your sick jokes, Luke?
What?
Everyone blames each other for doing this.
Did you write this, Theo? Maybe it was you.
Angry humph! Angry humph! I bet it lasts a scene. Meanwhile, El Barto gets away scot-free. See, by the next scene, it's forgotten.
I know you all think I'm crazy.
I believe you're a very sensitive woman.
That's not a denial. Nell seems to be pretty chill about the whole thing.
I can be a victim or I can be a volunteer. I'm gonna be a volunteer.
I'm still getting paid for the study, right?
Establishing a mood.
I see Mr. Dudley fix the painting. He does great work.
Coochie coo.
Ah, crap, I thought I had another week. Nell follows the bloody footprints. There's only one set because Jesus carried him. This leads Nell to a secret room, where the exposition journals tell of Crane's unethical work practices at his textile mills. He employed men, women, even children, many of whom died young. It's a lot like the Little Rascals. Or Daddy of Five.
I'm listening.
Keep it down, we're trying to sleep.
But don't go in the tool shed unless you want a full Brazilian. Nell discovers the doctor is not being totally straight with her.
But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career.
But that doesn't let the house off the hook. You never said she was a swinger. More ghostly hints send Nell to the big fireplace where she finds some tiny, tiny bones.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
Ow, little help.
A weird little door calls to Nell. In Russia, door knock on you. When they think Nell's gone crazy, the doc comes clean. And it ain't helping.
You're participating in a study on group fear and hysteria.
But we still get paid, right?
I am trying to help people. But they feel the way they feel.
You don't feel.
Well, I felt that. Nell is very vulnerable. Her mental state is tenuous at best. She's possibly hallucinating. She's having a bad time. So stick her alone in the room that's been tormenting her. Ooh, creepy. Wait, I got something for that. Things get creepier when her reflection stops matching. I think Warner Brothers had to remove another mustache. She looks around for a mirror that works. Even in the room that's all mirrors, nothing is quite right. Hey, don't worry about it. We all gained a few pounds during quarantine. I actually lost a couple. The ghosts of PlayStation's past take Nell to the greenhouse for some reason. The doc follows her up, but the 100-year-old stairs are not up to code.
Hurry. Come on. We have to go. I won't leave you. I won't leave you.
You mean there was another way up here? There's probably dozens of rooms, but let's throw her back in the same one. Little plastic, little flex tape, she'll be fine. Meanwhile, the doctor gets dunked.
I didn't do it. Yeah, I totally did.
Wasn't someone supposed to be watching Nell? Somehow, all this commotion doesn't alert anyone. Oh shit. The bed's made from the wood of that tree from Evil Dead. The rest can't get to her because they're pulling when they should be pushing. Let's see what that mouth do. Don't just stand there, give me a cigarette. Ugh, kiss that deposit goodbye. I hope this means they believe her now.
Why did you call and tell me to look for your ad?
Ad? But I didn't call you.
So a ghost called Nell and told her to sign up for this study. I have a question. I have a few. How did they get her number? What if she was busy? What if she said no? Did the ghost have a plan B? I find it weird when ghosts use the phone like living people. It's right up there with ghosts that can't pass through locked doors.
We gotta crash the gate.
So, do they use the big SUV? Nope. Let's use the shitbox 20-year-old AMC Gremlin. Leroy Jenkins! Too bad it wasn't a Pinto. They could have just backed it up to the gate and the resulting explosion would have leveled the fence. Nell goes back to the house, so they follow her back in. Commendable. Most people would be like, later, I'm sleeping on the lawn till sunrise. Nell finally gets in the little room and figures out her place in all this. After his first wife hung herself, Hugh Crane married Carolyn.
Carolyn was my great-great-grandmother.
Chosen one cliche.
You were the chosen one!
She managed to have a baby, but she found out hubby was a child murderer that loved children. Still not sure how that works.
This man could have anything he wanted, but what he wanted more than anything was a house filled with the laughter of children.
You know you get better results with living children, right? Anyway, Carolyn took her baby and ran away. Crane torments the ghosts of all the kids he killed that are trapped in the house. I thought he wanted them to laugh.
I have to stay for the children. They need me.
Okay, good luck with that.
That's fine.
Cookie! I'm okay. Ah, shit. Please, got some in my mouth. And the house goes full Chuck E. Cheese. The statues attack, the paintings look disappointed, but the necklace is the same one Nell looted from her mom. And it gives her all she needs to know.
Hugh Crane!
And the star attraction, ladies and gentlemen. CGI giant raid boss Mr. Hugh Crane himself. I'm out.
I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid of you.
You tell him, girl.
I'm gonna stop you now.
Does it feel like she's checked out too?
I'm gonna stop you now.
With a speech I swear was lifted out of another movie. Possibly one with Smurfs in it?
It's about family. It's always been about family. And the children from the mills so you could hear their voices. Family.
Any of this making sense yet? She leads him to the big demon doors and blammo.
You go to hell.
You have to be careful around those demon doors, being all judgy and shit. Nell's caught up in it too. I find it weird that Crane would have this in his house. That's kind of like Superman making his toilet seat out of kryptonite. They let her down gently, only to drop her the last 5 feet. Crane is sent to hell, I guess.
Sit your $5 ass down before we make change.
And this sets the children free. And Nell dies happy. The next morning, the Dudleys arrive to a mess. It's a long story. By the way, there are 2 dead bodies in there. Grab them up. See ya! That was The Haunting. When I saw this in the theater when it first came out, I kinda enjoyed it. But every time I've rewatched it, it fell apart like a 100-year-old staircase. Nell is literally a blank canvas. Her backstory, there's not much to it. She's been taking care of her mother for most of her life, and that didn't leave room for anything else. Instead of creating a new life or any real growth, she's immediately redefined as a descendant of Crane's wife. Once again, trapped in a familial caretaking role. Only this one's permanent. But it's not like she had anywhere else to be. Having her be the descendant of Crane's wife is yet another hackneyed cliche. Why was Nell brought here? And by who? Did the children summon her to save them? Did Crane bring her there to kill her? If so, he had plenty of opportunity to just kill her, rather than show off his house flipping abilities. For a guy who loves children, he's awfully mean to them. Crane worked as a sinister tone, malevolence swirling just under the surface. More of a presence than a being. But then he turns into a big evil entity with no real identity. It's a carnival ride. It even sounds like one. It starts fairly strong when things are subtle, but things kept escalating and escalating, getting more and more in your face. Then it turns into a visual artist's demo reel. Set design, visually striking, albeit cluttered and kinda distracting at times. So many of the effects just don't make any logical sense. I still thought some of the effects were neat at the time, but they do not age well. And bigger isn't scarier. By the time Uber Ghost appeared, I checked out. It frequently crosses the line where the visual effects become the focus. Very distracting. It didn't matter if it made sense or not. I wonder if this movie would be better without the CGI. forced the filmmakers to be more economical with their visuals. Keep some things in the shadows, off-screen, leave something to the imagination. It's got a decent cast. Lily Taylor is always great. Catherine Zeta-Jones, she's likable. Owen Wilson's comic relief got stale. And of course, Liam Neeson, cool as ever.
And I will kill you.
Sometimes you could tell what they were thinking. It's a story riddled with cliches, plot holes, which could have worked with a different tone, but making this into an action movie takes away any real tension or psychological drama that the '63 movie relied on. I know it's not technically a remake, it's more of a reboot or a reimagining, but comparisons are tough to avoid. What's scarier, a ghost tormenting and twisting your mind, or a ghost tearing up your floorboards? I don't know, it might be the latter if you have equity. But again, the visuals took away from that, and it all became noise. Watch the '63 version. It's slower than this one, it's more subtle, but it also kind of gets under your skin. It makes you think about it in a way this movie never does. The Haunting is 1.5 Bs. The sets are really wild and out there. The acting is as good as the script and direction allows, but the overblown tone, effects, undermines any scares and turns this into a big puppet show. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment the bell, you know the usual YouTube stuff. This is theNewBee, and I'll see you later, kids. Toodles!